Hey everyone. I'm laying here in my almost entirely empty van. I'm emptying out the van because winter is coming and this is a good time on a breezy day when no one's in the park to empty out the van. And the amount of dust in this van and fur is unbelievable. So I'm really glad I did this today. The front's not empty, the dog's still in there. But here's the van almost entirely empty. Yay! And it's just literally the wind's blowing right through the van. I parked it so that the wind was coming in that direction and going out the doors here. And I even emptied the bottom for once. And I haven't even swept it out yet. I'm just sweeping out up here, and the amount of dust that... I don't know if you can see. The amount of dust and fur in here is disgusting. Even on the screens, I'm sweeping the screens and just getting everything out. But the one thing that's still under here is my like 70-year-old Nepalese hand-carved out of one log Nepalese dance mask, which is in the shape of a giant bird. These are the things I've kept in the van after getting rid of almost everything I own. Vintage, antique Nepalese dance mask. It's just silly. But one reason I want to move this whole contraption out and do a handmade wooden bed is because of these bars right here. They just block my ability to use this storage space more efficiently. And that's why I'm not pulling out the mask. It's just a bear to sort of get it out. But it's airing out. And it's very well packed. But yeah, all the dust can come out under there. And actually on this side, and I wasn't going to empty it all. I was just going to leave the sewing stuff back there and the table, but it was blocking the air's ability to move the dust out. And as I went further and further along, I was just like, get it all out. So I just emptied it all out. And on this side, you probably can't see, but back there are some little poops. And they're from a palmetto bug. Palmetto bug that traveled with us in the van all the way from South Carolina to California. He's a stowaway. So what happened was at the last sewing place, the palmetto bug came in with the sewing stuff, and it was in the house, and the lady there freaked out thinking it was a giant roach. It looks like a giant roach, but it's not like a German roach, like a food roach that you would have in a dirty house. It's a palmetto bug, but it's about that big and brown and really scary. And they live in the palmetto trees in South Carolina. So we have them, you know, there in our houses, but they're not there due to food. But that guy, yeah, he left me some poop there, so I sure am glad I cleaned it out or took everything out so I can sweep it next, because I don't want that in there. So now I'm hoping I can get rid of a few things. The only thing I've found so far to get rid of is a few hangers and possibly this, I have some window covering that's made for houses. It's really dark and you just have to squeegee it on there, but I don't have a squeegee, so it's hanging out in the van, and it's one of the things I just want to let go. But it's valuable because I could really use it, I think. So anyway, I'm just airing out the entire van, and it's this rug needs to be aired out too because all of the rugs that I always have on top of it. You can see how gross it was. None of this is from me. This is all from before I bought it. Some spills and stuff there. Actually, I did spill some coffee there. And it still has these bars from seatbelts maybe. And there's this one here which gets in the way of me using this space any way I want. But I have an idea for that I want to show you. But yeah, here's the van entirely empty. And you might be wondering, where's all my stuff? I'll show you right now. You won't believe what came out of this van. You won't believe it. Look at that. That is everything I own. yeah. All of that fits into that little van. Isn't that crazy? And you can see everybody camped out, or parked out there. Like a lot of this stuff's for sale on eBay. I just need to list it. Like this stuff in here. Like this is fabric. Oh, it's just too much. I can't even look at it. Oh, God dang. And oh, here's my board for that goes on the top of the sewing table. The sewing table. Am I sure it's a sewing table? Sewing table. And I'm thinking about taking these 2 large containers here and maybe putting them right there and there, and then putting that board on top of it and resting on the edge of the bed. It might work. I'm going to try it as soon as I finish sweeping this out. And the only thing is it comes out a little bit farther than this right here. So it's kind of bad feng shui that way to have that. And, you know, I was saying earlier, it's like in Western culture, we call it OCD. You got to have everything organized and perfect. But in Japanese culture, they just call it feng shui. Feng shui. Oh, boy. I'm so glad to air this all out. Seriously. And am I embarrassed about all my stuff laying out there? No, not really. You know why? Because I'm the awesome one for cleaning out my van. So winter's coming. I have the ant situation. I haven't seen any ants. And thankfully I discovered the Palmetto Bug poop. But that bug is gone. And I'm going to continue sweeping this out. You just wouldn't believe the amount of stuff coming out of the van. Like, especially over here. Watch this. Ugh. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a lot of dust. And, so my friend, the mechanic I went to initially, fixed my stereo. So, this speaker, that speaker, and that one does not work on the door, which is unfortunate because then you can open the door and jam out on the lawn. But then there are 2 up front under that pad thing that also work. So I have a booming sound system in this van now. So, and we're just running the van out. We're just, as you know, if you've watched my channel, I have a few things going on with the van and not really a clear answer on exactly what that is. But besides the possibility of the transmission going, and if that's related to the rattle, we've got other sounds going on. I think my brakes need to be checked. And I believe there's something with the fuel exhaust scenario. Because of the smoke, because of the sluggishness, because of the vibration and the feeling in the pedal, because of the fuel sort of going up and down, because of a slight hesitation, which could be with the transmission or not. And because I think I pinpointed the rattle to not the alternator as we thought, or under the fan shroud. It feels like it's coming from under the fan shroud until you lift up the exhaust pipe. Then you realize it's in there, which is connected back under the doghouse to where the air filter and the engine is. So that's kind of scary. But that makes more sense because I've had trouble with this van for a long time with the smoking and the sluggishness and the lack of power going up hills. Even though it's an old van, it's more than it should be. So, yeah, when I lift that thing up, you can't feel it on the fan shroud. You can only feel it on the exhaust hose thing, the big one in the front, you know, on a van. And it goes back to the engine. So I need to take the doghouse off. We need to get the doghouse off and get under there. And this is what I've been asking for a while. And I haven't got it yet. And I can do it myself, but I don't even have the tools to get the screws off now. Because we fixed it and made it tighter. And so that the cover over the doghouse was holding better because it was loose. So anyway, that's what's going on with the van. And we're just sort of praying and hoping it's running. Because now that Bambi's been spayed and is taken care of, The money that I've been earning from hat sales has gone to a new battery. Unfortunately, I had to dump that, but hey, it's done. And I have a few dimes, as they say, for starting to save for a repair or another van. And I am looking at new vans. There are some auction places around here. It's kind of dangerous, but kind of iffy, but or we can just keep saving and run this out, or I can take the little bit I have once I get a little bit more and bring it in and try and go for a partial repair. I'm not quite sure, just as I usually am with my vans. This is my third van. So, but it's really, I've lived in this van for 2 years plus now. So this is the first van I've really lived in for any significant period of time. And for all you newbies out there, let me tell you, you know, it's not all peaches and roses. I mean, it's a bear. It gets old. I'd like to go live in a house for like 3 months tops and then come back in the van. Anyway, we're really lucky she's running right now, and I'm just taking care of the things that need caring for, even if she might not be running tomorrow, but she'll be clean. You know what I mean? So, winter is coming. Clean out your vans. Time to clean out your vans, folks. Let's see. And it's best to have a place, like I have this nice grass here. And the grass has been dried from the sun since this morning. Now in a couple hours, it's going to get real moist out here because it's by the water. So I have this window of time now. And also clouds are coming in, so I need to be careful. It doesn't usually rain here, but it's been sprinkling lately. But yeah, find a good, clean place. I also have this hill right here. So it kind of makes it private. It goes up and there's more activity over there, but nobody can see over here. And I'm hidden behind this little thing and I'm out on this area. So anyway, find a nice sort of secluded, safe place that's clean and you can set all your stuff out and then put it back in. Yay, it's going to take a while. So I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching. This is Julia in the empty van getting ready for winter. Thanks so much for watching my channel. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all my new subscribers. Thanks for being a happy person. Thanks for being curious about the world. Thanks for loving your family. Go see your nephews. I'm telling you, this is the good life. It's up to you. It's up to me. I'm going to go do it right now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Rawr!